friends, and welcome to the Paparazzi podcast. Here, we chat about all things paparazzi. Tips, tricks, suggestions, and weekly challenges. All to help you grow and explode your paparazzi accessories business to rockstar success.
Hello, rock stars, and welcome to another episode of the Paparazzi podcast. My name is Anya Bohm, and I am your show host today. I am super excited to introduce you to our co-host for today, our special guest, Natalie Hadley. Now, Natalie is an executive producer with Paparazzi Accessories, and she is awesome. You'll hear more about her in just a second, hear her cute voice. But before I get into that, if you want to get the show notes, the recording, if you want to share it, which I know you're going to want to share this because it is going to be awesome sauce, with your teams, with your friends, with your families. If you just need to listen again, that is totally cool. I have gotten everything taken care of for you. Head on over to paparockstars.com/Natalie, and you can get all of that, plus a really cute image that is going to be over there on the site for you. So again, that's paparockstars.com/Natalie. Now let me tell you a little bit more about Natalie Hadley here. She is a Crown Club 10 member. She reached Life of the Party Bronze last year when Paparazzi introduced the Life of the Party. She has a team of over 8,000 people, you guys. 8,000 people. Isn't that amazing? Natalie's going to share her story about Paparazzi and how she got into it in just a minute. But a couple things I just wanted to share with you is that she was able to put her husband through school. She bought him a new car. They go on fun family vacations, and she got a new house because of Paparazzi. Now, Natalie, I know I left some blank spots in there, but go ahead and jump right in.
Okay, thanks, Anya. Too sweet. You're too sweet. You're so cute. Okay, so yes, how I got started and my why kind of go hand in hand, so I'll combine those two questions. So I was in a tough position financially for years. Finances we were really tight and barely scraping by, and my husband decided he wanted to go back to school. And he applied for the program a couple of times, and he finally got in to become a respiratory therapist. And the programs like that in the medical field require him to do so many clinical hours and, book work. So he could only work one day a week. So we did live in, I love our little home. We lived in a little home. We had to sell that. My in-laws are amazing. We had to move in with my in-laws, and really, needless to say, it was up to me to provide for our family of four. A week later, I was at a boutique just at my neighbor's house. It was those multi-vendor boutiques that had, all those awesome vendors in it, and one that stuck out to me was Paparazzi jewelry, and I'm like, well, what's this? And it had the most people there. It was the funnest booth. It was so fun, and women were buying this jewelry. Parties were being booked. Sales were being made. And it was awesome. And to top it off, everything was $5. So I could buy a couple pieces of jewelry and not feel bad about it. And I was so excited because I saw how well this did. And I signed up a week later, and I'm so glad I did. I booked my calendar out with home parties. And I built my displays. I did home parties. I could take my kids with me if I needed to. And, they could help me set up. And I just made sure I booked out parties. And, it was so fun. And it was so natural to talk to everybody, how easy it was and exciting that it was so much fun to recruit from doing home parties. And I love seeing women trying on necklaces and saying, I felt so beautiful. Like nothing beats helping somebody feel good about themselves. I love that. So to me, it's so much more than just the finance aspect, even though that's been such a blessing through Paparazzi. That is my why, and that's how I got started.
We hear so many times in Paparazzi the phrase, it's so much more than $5 jewelry. And I think it's so true. Like for me in my life, I know it's completely true. Like, I could not even vocalize if I needed to all of the things that Paparazzi is to me, other than the $5 jewelry, friendships, and just so much more.
Yes. Oh, agreed, 100%. Yes.
Okay, so let me have you jump into the next story now, your worst moment. Now, draw us a picture. Take us to that moment in time where you were feeling the lowest of the low in your paparazzi business.
Okay. This is so funny. So, like I said, when I love to do home parties, and I was asked to set outside a store here in Utah. We set our jewelry out, and the store contacted a paparazzi consultant. I went with another consultant, and we set our jewelry up, and we had awesome boards. I mean, my boards have sand in them. They're awesome. That they can really withhold a windstorm. Well, we had our boards set up there just in front of the store, and wind came and just knocked. I mean, our boards were just full of jewelry. We just wanted to sell this jewelry, and it just knocked every single board down, like flat on the board's face, like if the board were to have a face. And I thought, I can freak out, or I can just handle it, and I could be positive and have a good attitude. So I did, and I saw a lot of jewelry under there being broken. There was probably 30 to 40 pieces broken, but you know what? It is a tax write-off. And I thought, okay, you know what? It's paid for. It's fine. I can, it's written off. The cute customers and people around us just helped us put it back together. And, I was able to fix some of those pieces. And we made some really good friends trying to fix the jewelry. And customers were helping us put the jewelry back together. And I thought, look, instead of freaking out, look how much positive things I could find from that, and really handle it with class rather than just get freaked out, because that's what I wanted to do. We had lots of help, and we got those boards up, and you know what? It was fine. We had plenty of jewelry. We were able to save about half the pieces.
Talk about making lemons into lemonade. I mean, if you are sitting there and maybe one of the customers that helped you pick up the jewelry, maybe she'd been to a boutique a week ago, and there was a different jewelry consultant there who was kind of grumpy, but she was thinking, hey, maybe jewelry might be kind of my thing. And then she comes to this event and sees you just kind of letting that roll off your back and just making the best out of a bad situation. Do you think she would be more likely to sign up with you or the other lady? Well, it's going to be you because of your attitude, and that's contagious. People like that. They don't want the growth.
Right.
So,
yes, I had to keep it together, and I thought, okay, no big deal, and anyway.
Absolutely. And you never know when those people are watching you, so it's just always a good idea to keep that good attitude and turn those lemons into lemonade.
That's right.
So, Natalie, what is a habit that you have that contributes to your success?
Okay, so consistency. There's so many, like I said, things, about paparazzi. It's more than $5. It's, we can recruit, we can have teams, we can make money off sales. So consistency to everything. If you want to do home parties, Facebook parties, events, always be consistent and fill up your schedule. I've always had a full schedule. The only time I have not done a party is if I'm at convention or a trip, of course, paid for by paparazzi, or vacation with my family. But just consistency, and it's, calling your team members, just being consistent when you post. If you do Facebook parties, I would say I never have an empty calendar, ever. I always have parties on the calendar. So consistency with parties.
Perfect. Consistency with parties, both live and in Facebook parties, right?
Yep. So I do more. When I first started, there was no Facebook parties yet. And so now I do more Facebook parties than home parties, but I still do home parties. I like to have one here at my home, like once a season. But I would say whether it be home, Facebook, events, whatever, just be consistent. Always have some sort of selling opportunity on your calendar, for sure.
That's great, because if you don't have those opportunities to show your customers what's out there, they're going to go somewhere else to shop. And so often with direct sales businesses, people, they kind of change and they fizzle out. And, I mean, life happens. We get that. But they don't know for sure if you're in business unless you're having an open house or unless you're having a party or unless you're doing business and letting them know. Don't just assume that they know that you're still doing business. Like, you got to actually talk about it and let them know. I love that you do a party once a season and that you're still doing Facebook parties every day. I mean, you guys, Natalie has 8,000 people on her team, so she could really easily just sit back and let the fashion fix come every month and collect those paychecks, but she's still out there actively working her business because I'm sure, number one, she loves her customers, but number two, it's such a good example for your team, and you still get the feel of what your customers want and get to talk to those people and still make new friends. Never think that you're going to get to a level where you're just done, because it's constantly just having fun with $5 jewelry.
Yep, that's totally right. Yes.
What advice would you give to a brand new paparazzi consultant just starting out?
Okay, so I'm going to go mirror off what I do consistently. I would say get your displays ready, or get whatever avenue you want to take with paparazzi, get that figured out, and get a party on the calendar. I always say get 3 parties booked before your kit comes, and plan your kit opening party, even if it's just with your family or your friends. But be sure, do what you need to do to get your business up and running. If you're doing Facebook things, if you're doing VIP group things, get the envelopes, get your scale, get everything you need to do so you can hit the ground running with your business. And don't put off starting. Start. Because if you don't, you want to get off to a good start. Because if you don't start right away, you may not ever start, and the box just may sit there and stare at you. And you don't want that. It's $5. It's exciting. The energy with paparazzi, it's unexplainable sometimes. You have to experience that box opening, and, like at convention, just the energy with this $5 jewelry is just amazing. So do what you can to get your business up and running, for sure.
One of the quotes that has really stood out to me lately is, if you're not embarrassed by the thing that you do first, then you've waited too long. And kind of the way that in my mind I think about that is, it's not going to be perfect when you start your VIP group. Your first parties and your first events are probably going to be train wrecks when you look back at them. Like, I remember my first event, and I didn't have tape. My son was helping me set up. I had to run to Walmart and get zip ties for my boards because they were going to fall over on my customers. I didn't have enough display hooks. I don't even think I had enough bags. It was a complete train wreck. But I got out there and I did it. So
awesome.
That, to me, just get out there. If you're starting out, like what Natalie said, book 3 parties before your kit even gets to your door. And don't worry about being perfect. Just worry about getting it out there and letting the product speak for itself.
Yep, exactly, 100%.
So now, if you could suggest one thing to a consultant who's feeling really stuck in their business, what advice would you give to them?
Okay, I would say start your business over. So you know what? If you have people signed up on your team, maybe it's just not the right season for them to do their business. You know what? Start over. Recruit more people. Still reach out to them and be their friend. And still be nice, but start your business over. Start, if you were a director and maybe, you want to hit premier director. Well, you need to do the same things you did to hit that first rank. Just never give up. And like I said, if you're selling your jewelry, you're meeting new people, the key is always be selling your jewelry so you can have more parties and so you can get new recruits. Because if you don't have parties, it's hard to find, to get parties booked. Also, if your calendar is, if you're just stuck in a rut and you don't have any parties, go through your messages on Facebook, go through and pull up past hosts, see if they'll rebook, and don't be scared to be told no. Go for the no's. Don't be scared, because, from my experience, for every 10 people I ask, I at least get 2 yeses. So just keep going. And keep going until you get a party, and don't give up. Keep trying. Keep trying. That's my advice. So don't give up.
Back to the basics, right? Go back to what got you where you are, what the fundamentals to your business, booking parties, talking about paparazzi and the $5 and the opportunity that's there, and just when you get back to that stuff, everything kind of falls into place.
For sure.
What is a quote that inspires you, Natalie?
Okay, so this is by Gordon B. Hinckley, and it's try a little harder to be a little better.
Oh,
so
beautiful.
I love that. I love that one. It's simple, and it's really, I mean, it goes with every aspect of your life and your business life. You know, every day we could try to call more team members, try to really develop a personal connection with your host, but everything you do, just try a little harder. You do things a little better. I love that. So that's one of my favorite quotes.
There's one that I heard that is compare and despair. And I love that one because when you're comparing yourself to others, you're always going to be despairing. You need to be comparing yourself to the version of yourself yesterday and trying to be better than that, which goes right along with that quote that you just said. Like, make a better version of yourself every single day. That's the only person you should be comparing to. And the only thing you should be trying to do is to improve yourself every day in your business, in your personal life, and just trying to be better. And if you're doing that, then you're going to grow your business. You're going to grow your life.
That's right.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Natalie, here on the Papa Rock Stars podcast, I like to give everybody a weekly challenge, some kind of an action step that they can do in the next week to better their paparazzi business. So what is one thing that you want everybody listening to go and do in the next 7 days?
Go, I know I've said this like 2 times already on the call, but get your parties booked for July. Get a full calendar for July. And so how you're going to do that is, just like I said, go back, past hostesses, individually, your friends, your family, you're going to, send them a text message. Don't ask them for a favor. You're doing them a favor by helping them earn free jewelry. So I kind of look at it from that aspect. If you're in your VIP groups, message some of those awesome customers. Hey, you can get jewelry for free as you go about your home parties or events. Bring your calendar with you. Don't be afraid to get those parties and have fun. The more fun you make it, the more they're going to want to book with you. Get to know your host. Get to know your host. Get to know your customers, because the more they know you, the less awkward it is to ask them when it's time to book a party. So booking actually begins the minute you step foot at a party or the minute you start your Facebook party. You need to be engaged in your parties. That's where you're going to book parties. So just like if you were to ask somebody that you didn't really interact with to do a party, they might say yes, but more times no. Then the person that you've really, really tried to connect with and build that genuine relationship. This is fun. Comment on their posts. Have fun with them. That's the key. That's my challenge to you, is get parties booked for July. Have a full calendar in July.
Now, I know everybody has a different version of a full calendar, but what to you is a full calendar?
I would say 3 to 4 selling opportunities a week. So whether it be post every day in your VIP group or have, a basket party going out and 3 Facebook parties, or posting in your VIP group every single day, maybe 20 pictures a day. But do something 3 to 4 times a week that is 3 to 4 selling opportunities, 3 to 4 times a week for sure. And if that's too much, it's okay. Cut it to 2, pull it back. I love Paparazzi because you can make it work for you. If you have 2 parties on the calendar, great. If you have 1, great. Make it full. Have something every single week to make it consistent.
One thing I love about what you said is that you're offering to do parties for these people, because you're not going on there and you're not saying, you're going to do a party for me, you're going to do it Thursday night, and it's going to be at 7 o'clock.
Yes.
You're offering these people the opportunity to share with their friends the amazing new jewelry. And I think a lot of times, especially because we're salespeople, we kind of forget that we are not pushing this stuff on people. Like, we're just giving them the opportunity to either say yes or no. And if you don't offer, then they're never going to have that opportunity. So by messaging these people, you can even say something as simple as, oh my gosh, girl, I have been thinking about you because the new spring jewelry is coming out. I know your favorite color is spearmint green, and that is what we have. Would you want to have a party and get some free spearmint green jewelry and then show all your friends the new stuff? Like, you're not saying, put this in your shopping cart, buy it, and then make all your friends buy 10 pieces too. You're just offering an opportunity. And then, like what you said earlier, they can say yes, they can say no, but if you don't ask, then it's always going to be a no, right?
Right, exactly. Yep. Exactly.
So perfect. Well, Natalie, I have thoroughly enjoyed our time on the call today. I have tons of notes. I'm sure all of the listeners have tons of notes. So thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
And sharing.
Sure.
Be sure and head on over to paparockstars.com/Natalie to get all of the things that we talked about today. You can print out the show transcript so that you can highlight everything Natalie says, because I know you're probably busy doing the dishes or chasing kids around or maybe even driving somewhere. So we've taken all the notes for you. They're on over there. And then there's going to be a super cute graphic from what Natalie said today that you can snag as well and use in your social media to inspire people or to just post on your phone so that you can remember what Natalie had to say today. So thanks again, Natalie, for joining us. And we will catch all of you. Yeah, we'll catch all you rock stars next time. Bye-bye.